I'm Makaila.
And I'm Nick.
And this is a completely legitimate movie podcast.
Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the first episode of Completely Legitimate Movie Podcast, or ClamPod, if you wanted to abbreviate, of 2026. We're here today. We're going to review Pineapple Express.
Woo!
Yeah, woo! Before we get into that, you got any New Year's resolutions you want to share with the viewers?
So I forgot we were doing this.
That's okay.
I think, honestly, my two biggest resolutions this year are to be on my phone less, do less doom scrolling, and yeah, I don't know, that might be, my biggest one. I just feel like it's sucking up so much of my time. I'm perpetually online, and now I'm starting to, notice it because I know things that are, trending that people are looking at me like, "Oh, what is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm online too much. Okay."
That's a good one. I think I'd like to do less doom scrolling. I would uninstall certain apps if it wasn't the only way. I think my family gets updated about what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sending out a newsletter to my family because
Well, that's a good idea.
they're just they I feel like nobody gives a shit, and I keep justifying, "Oh, I have Facebook and Instagram so that I can keep my family updated," and I don't know if they actually are looking at my shit. I know a lot of them are nosy and love the drama, and I'm like, "No, you're not getting that from me. Ask how my kids are doing or get the fuck out." So
Yeah, 'cause I feel like I like Facebook to put photos of the kids up for my parents, but I can just send them to them.
well, yeah, because you have that relationship.
Yeah.
Welcome to completely legitimate trauma dump.
Well, a resolution we have for the pod after looking at our first two episodes of the season is we're going to try and keep the episode recap under the length of the movie.
Yeah.
Not that you guys don't love listening to us, but these episodes have kind of run a little long.
Yeah, and that's not to include our commentary, by the way, because I feel like that is an enjoyable part of a podcast, right? If you're listening to a podcast, odds are it's because you want to hear people talking about something, so you're not but at a certain point, we're recapping the movie and we're going over, it's taking longer than the runtime of the movie, and that's a problem.
Yeah, we're going into too much detail.
So maybe the episodes will vary in length, but we talk about random shit, so that will remain.
I don't know. I feel like if you subscribe to a podcast, you probably like people's banter, but
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Is
yeah.
maybe, play by plays won't be as extensive. That's something I think we'll work on.
Yeah. Try and, not give you every excruciating detail. Leave you enough so that you actually want to watch the movie.
Mm,
All
mm.
right. Well, let's jump right into this. Pineapple Express. Give us your meticulous research.
Okay. So the summary for this movie, pretty bare bones. A stoner and his pot dealer accidentally take down two local drug rings. This was released August 6th of 2008. It was directed by David Gordon Green, and oddly enough, his director credits are a lot of horror or suspense. So I think this definitely solidified him as a good director. But he was responsible for the 2018 reboot of Halloween, and then Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Those were his movies.
Wow.
Yeah. And he also has producing and directing credits for shows that we loved, like The Righteous Gemstones.
That's a good show.
And probably the show I was most upset about the ending was Mythic Quest, because holy fuck. What?
I'm sure you and the other two fans of that show, I've never heard anyone else talk about.
Well, it was incredible, and I had a free subscription for Apple TV, and that was literally what I used it on, was just watching Mythic Quest. And now I have another free trial because I won it. I can't remember how. It was one of those oh, here, get 3 months on us or something. So now I'll probably spend that catching up on some other good shows. Anyway.
Fuck Apple. Anyway,
it stars Seth Rogen as Dale Denton, and with respect to my husband sitting 2 feet away from me,
yeah,
I'll try and keep this professional, but I feel like anyone who's likely listening to this knows how deep my love for Seth Rogen goes. So I think he's big sexy. But anyway, he has producer and writing credits up the wazoo. Acting credits include Knocked Up, Superbad, Sausage Party, And I am mentioning it because I actually loved this movie. I feel like it got a lot of hate, but The Green Hornet, have you watched that?
I have. I liked it.
I liked it. Like, I thought it was really well done. Okay, so we have Danny McBride as Red. He has producer credits up the wazoo as well, including for Righteous Gemstones and Vice Principals, and probably like 2 to 4 other shows that run on HBO. They love him, I think, and rightfully so. I feel like if you want Danny McBride, just subscribe to HBO. And I'm also going to mention him as Danny McBride in This Is the End cuz y'all don't understand. For the longest time, Danny McBride was my like hear me out, and I feel like society is catching up. Either that or it's like my TikTok algorithm just connecting me with people who feel the same. But that movie and just Danny McBride as a whole is just like chef's kiss. All right. For those of you who are listening in an audio only format, hopefully you will not notice anything has changed. For those of you watching us via video, it is the next day.
Yeah, this is take 2. We ran into a technical issue that just deleted all of Makaila after what you just saw or
I
heard.
was going way too hard for Craig Robinson, apparently.
Yeah.
Um, and the podcast got overwhelmed by my Craig Robinson.
He's the next person
Yeah.
in the cast is Craig Robinson from The Office and many other things.
Yes. And we're gonna try not to make this sound rehearsed, but this is now our second run through, and we really wanted to review this one. So we're gonna try and not repeat verbatim everything that happened. But if it sounds a little less chaotic than it usually does,
It's 'cause it's
it's
take
because
2.
it's take two. So
Yeah, you had good notes on Craig Robinson. He played someone called HorseDick.MPEG in Miss March.
he did. Oh, yes. Craig Robinson in this movie plays Ted's second goon Matheson.
Mhm.
And what he has done, you already said he's done The
The
Office,
Office.
he
Yep.
did Doug Judy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and yes, Horstick.mpeg in Miss March, brought to us by Zach Kreger and the late Trevor Moore of Whitest Kids You Know. Just absolute cinema. If you have not seen Miss March, don't go in there expecting an Oscar, but it's fucking cinema, okay? It is a piece of its time. Craig Robinson gives us the most ridiculous character ever, and he has done so many things with his filmography. He will always be Horstick.mpeg to me.
Not to me. Never seen it.
And then we have Rosie Perez as Carol. She plays a cop who is on Ted's payroll. Ed Begley Jr. and Nora Dunn play Angie's parents. Angie is Dale's girlfriend, and she is played by Amber Heard. And then, of course, we have James Franco as Saul, Dale's drug dealer, the other leading role in this movie, and intentionally left for last because
Yeah, we're not fans. We're not fans of Mr. Franco. Go
it
on.
was nominated for 12 awards, including Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Comedy or Musical for James Franco. But if you remember anything from the 2009 Golden Globes, there were a lot of big hitters as far as movies go that year. So he lost to Colin Farrell, who starred in the movie In Bruges that year.
I never saw that one either.
A lot
Just
of
never
a
seen.
lot of Irish. Good movie though.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that concludes my research. Wow, that was quick.
All right. Well, let's dive in as I like keep checking the recording to make sure we don't have any further freaking
Oh my
issues.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, first thing that happens when we watch this movie is Nick looks at me dead in my face and is like, "Is this the movie with Philip DeFranco?"
Now apparently that's a YouTuber that I've never watched once in my life, but I mixed him up with James
Yeah,
Franco.
you
And then I
know,
thought they were
James
brothers.
Franco, Philip DeFranco.
Duff Franco. Different last name, but I thought they were brothers.
Yeah,
Oops. I mean,
no.
I don't know actors.
DeFranco is not the name.
Yeah, and then I made another fuck up because the movie opens to 1937. It's in black and white. We go to a hidden bunker in a field. We see like these army guys pull up a hatch in the middle of nowhere, and there are science experiments being run.
An army base, like
Yeah,
secret
army
government
base.
experiment.
Yeah, army guy asks a scientist, "Well, what's going on with item 9?" And we see Bill Hader being interviewed.
Is it Hader or Hadar?
Bill Hader. But my fuck up is I thought Bill Hader was Rainn Wilson, and I mix those 2 up a lot because I think they look similar, and they're very different people as has been pointed out to me.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think in certain lights, they look very similar.
Nope.
But anyway, Bill Hader has been smoking item 9, which is very clearly just a joint. And the army guys are trying to ask him questions like, how do you feel about the army and your
It's like,
superiors?
too many men in the army, where are the boobies?
Yeah, he just lets him have it. He kind of just chews him out. So the army has Bill Hader killed and declare weed illegal.
Yeah, I forgot he got shot. I was like, "They had him killed?"
They killed
I've
him.
seen
We
that
heard the
scene.
gunshots.
Yeah. So, then we get present day, or what is present day.
The
Yeah.
2008.
Dale Denton, the oh so fine Seth Rogen, is you laugh.
I do.
He calls into a radio show about the legalization of pot, and we find out he's a process server, and then we also find out he's dating an 18-year-old, which is fucking gross.
Gross. Because he's 25 and his 18-year-old girlfriend is still in high
Yes, this
school.
is not like a graduated 18 where some people might raise an eyebrow, but it's not illegal. This is like she's still in high school and you can't talk to her because she has to get to homeroom.
Right. It's very icky.
Yeah.
But we see a montage of Dale as a process server disguising himself to get into people's workplaces to serve them
And it's
papers.
really good. Like these are funny.
Like he's dresses up as a doctor, he does all sorts of things to trick people. All the while we're hearing him talk to this radio show like it's his fucking
Yeah.
therapist. He venting about his relationship and if weed isn't decriminalized in a few years, he just gives up. But after that, he goes to his drug dealer Saul's house. No, I
You
skipped
skipped a
something.
whole ass scene.
I
You were
skipped a
trying to
whole
skip
scene.
past the cringe of him going to meet his girlfriend in the
Yeah,
hallway
I
of her
did.
high school.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes and I don't know. They because this was still post.
I don't think 9/11 had anything to do with gun control in schools. Post 9/11, like the TSA agent is gonna have him take off his shoes before he sees his
Sure.
girlfriend.
Well, okay, my point is I don't know how this happened because if you're a parent, you probably know if you have to get into your child's school to drop something off or heaven forbid actually go to a classroom, you have to scan your driver's license, you have to tell the office what you're there for and they give you a visitor's badge. He just walks into this high school to meet his girlfriend and it's
But
like that's
I can speak to, like, the validity of that, though. Like, my dad I got my ass grounded because my dad literally walked through my high school cafeteria and saw me eating lunch with my 2 best friends who I was banned from, and my ass got grounded. I was like, "How'd you know?" He's like, "I literally saw you at lunch." He didn't have to do shit. He literally just walked into the cafeteria.
I guess that was this time period.
Yeah, because I was in high school around this time.
Yeah, it's true. I had just finished.
Old. I'm just kidding.
Angie wants Dale to meet her parents,
Mm.
and Dale is hesitant about it. And I think he kind of gets jealous, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he talks about it later in the movie about like how her classmates have so much more in common with her than he does, and it's like, well, yeah, because those are her peers, and you're 25, you weirdo. But like,
Yeah.
they're talking about a class and how this student does this really good Jeff Goldblum impression, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it was so funny, I almost peed my pants." He's like, "I wish."
Yeah. Some random high school guy is very obviously into her
Yeah.
and is flirting right in front of Dale. So I think Dale changes his mind, like, yeah, fine, I'll go meet your parents. All the while, a teacher played by Detective Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I don't know the actor's
I'm
name, I
drawing
don't
a
know any
blank right
actor's
now,
name.
yeah.
If you've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine as Boyle, he's very clearly trying to get this grown man out of the high
Yeah.
school. So after Dale agrees to go to dinner with Angie's parents, then he goes to his drug dealer's house to re-up on his drugs.
Yeah. And Saul's played by James Franco, boo James Franco, yay Saul. Saul's character is, like, very enjoyable for this movie.
He is, but what I really love about this scene when he meets Saul is we're not.
No, no, I've tried it, I'm sure you have tried it. I can't have, like, smoke in my lungs. Like, it's not it's not even, like, anything against pot. Like, I can't I just can't.
Yeah. I don't like smoking either.
We're
I've
just better than everyone else is really what it is. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I will have a very low dose edible occasionally
Edibles are fine.
for like stress, but I think that's different anyway. But my whole point is the interaction between Dale and Saul is very much how anyone I've ever known who clearly sold weed is that Dale wants to buy his product and leave as fast as possible. But Saul thinks they're best friends. He's like, sit down and watch a movie with me and I'll sell you weed and we'll smoke weed together and have a grand old time. And it's very awkward because Dale clearly like he wants to have his transaction and get back to his life. But
Yeah.
Saul just does not get it.
Yeah, and you kind of get the impression that he really is only like this with Dale. Like, everyone else, he's like, "Oh, man," like, they come in and he's like, "I hate lingerers." Ooh, what just happened to my
Yeah.
voice? That was weird. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah, because halfway through this transaction, someone else comes to Saul's
Yeah, and they get that
apartment.
stank weed.
Yeah. Saul gives him the shit weed and like they're in and out in 20 seconds.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, man, I hate lingerers." And they were
Yeah.
barely there. Dale's, like, inching towards the door, trying to do that, like, Midwestern goodbye. Saul's doing the
Right.
Midwestern goodbye right back at him, like, they're gonna be there for hours.
Yeah, but because Saul likes Dale so much, we get the hook of the movie. Dale is the only person Saul is willing to sell the really good weed to, Pineapple Express, the title drop and name of the movie. And I why does weed always have like the fruitiest names? It does not smell like fruit.
Well, I think that there are different variations. They're just not anything that probably anybody we know can actually afford to smoke. So we don't notice a difference because we're probably just smelling the stank weed.
I maybe, but like it's always purple something or fruit something. I don't know. But Dale buys the Pineapple Express and eventually manages to get out. Oh, and before he leaves though, and this is important, as Dale's talking about his job, the next person he needs to serve a subpoena on is Ted Jones. And Saul's like, that Ted Jones is the name of the guy I get my supply from.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same person. And Dale's like, that's stupid. It's a common name.
Well, yeah, he's like, I guess we'll find out. But like, yeah. So Dale pulls up to the house and he lights a joint. And fun fact, Seth Rogen actually rolled. They didn't actually smoke weed while filming this, but he rolled all of the joints because apparently he knew how to do it right. Everyone else was doing it wrong. But yeah, so he's talking to Angie and they're talking about dinner and meeting the parents and they're going to have couscous. Food so nice they named it twice. And as
That's such a
he's
great
like kind
line.
of sitting there, a cop pulls up behind him and he's like, "Oh shit." So he like ducks down cuz he's smoking pot. And the cop goes in the house and we hear a shot fired.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yeah. And Seth Rogen, Dale, I should call him by the character
This
name.
is Pineapple Express, not this is the end.
Yeah. Dale freaks out, as one should. And he looks up, and the second floor of Ted Jones's house is wall to wall windows.
The window.
So that well, it'd be all to the windows. There'd be no wall. It's a window
The
wall.
windows. There's no walls. There's no walls. No, I'm sorry.
There's the song. That's why we had to re-record. You didn't sing
That's
last time.
yeah. God, gosh.
That's not very conducive to getting away with murder because we see a hitman stumble up against the window already bloody and dying, and we see Ted Jones and his lady cop friend.
Lady cop friend, you're gonna be such a good, like, older dad when someone brings, like, home a partner. "Is this your lady friend?" Lady cop friend.
Lady cop friend, who I will now only refer to as her name, Carol.
Sorry, I killed your whimsy.
Carol and Ted just proceed to keep shooting this
Yeah,
assassin.
the Carol does a triple tap. She got him.
Yeah, Dale like screams and tries to drive away in his car, but not before backing into the cop car, pulling forward and hitting the car in front of him, doing this about 3 more times and throwing the rest of his joint out the window.
Yeah, he peels away. Ted comes out because obviously they fucking heard that. He's not stealthy.
Right, the scream and the 6 car crashes.
Yes. So he smells the joint and surprise.
He takes a puff out of it too.
Okay. Apparently Nick thought it was important y'all know that he takes a puff out of it too. And surprise, surprise, it's Pineapple Express. And he knows exactly who sells that. So, in his panic-induced state, Dale goes immediately to Saul's apartment to tell him what happened. And as I was saying when we were previously recording, is like, I feel like because we both have anxiety, this is sometimes what a lot of our conversations sound like, is one of us explaining things and the other one is just asking questions, trying to get more information and be helpful, but like, we're freaking out, so that's not helping. Like, that's not important. I'm just trying to tell you what happened. Well, you're not telling me what happened, so I'm asking questions.
Yeah, not helping, of course, Dale is hysterical and Saul is high as a kite. But they eventually piece together that Saul is the only guy selling Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
And Dale is the only person Saul sold it to. And they realize, oh, this is bad news. If they piece that together, they're gonna be after us. So they gather up the weed
Grab
and
some
some
snacks.
snacks and fruit roll-ups.
Those are snacks.
I know, but they call out fruit roll-ups by name. It's really funny. And they leave. And despite how clumsily they come to this conclusion, no sooner do they drive away than, yeah, Saul's place is being ransacked by Ted's goons.
We forgot their fucking name.
Bell move. Matheson is Craig Robin.
Craig Robin.
Craig Robinson. And Kevin Corrigan's guy is like Budowski or Budflovski. It's some like Polish sounding name.
What did you just call him?
Budowski or Budflovski?
Let me look it up. Yeah, Budflovski.
Yeah, Budflovski and Matheson ransack Saul's place and they realize everything's gone. So they're like, well, now what?
Yeah. So then Dale and Saul are now on the run. Saul suggests that they go to the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. And you're like, is that just him being high or was that intention?
It's hard to tell. It might have just been subliminal. But Saul's like, oh, I wish we could just go nowhere. And Dale kind of realizes we can. And they just drive into the woods because that's nowhere. And Saul explains that there's a middleman between him and Ted named Red. Red is the one who gives, I guess, Saul his cut to sell. I don't know how weed selling works. We're
gonna assume a lot because we have no clue.
We're gonna take this movie at its word. Red is the middleman, maybe like a regional distributor.
Well, you go right to the main drug supplier. You have a guy, right? And that guy goes to the guy. So Red's the guy. And Red probably has Saul and like some other guys.
I just feel like you could streamline it by cutting out Red, like the middleman. What's the point of a middleman?
Anonymity.
Well, it didn't work because Saul knows Ted Jones by name. No, I can't say it. But I guess Saul's never seen Ted, so maybe it is to remain anonymous. But anyway, Saul swears up and down, Red's cool. Red's not going to rat them out to Ted.
Yeah.
In fact, he's so sure of it, he's going to call Red.
Yeah.
And we see Red answer the phone, and he's being flanked by Budflovski and Matheson.
Yeah, and he is
like menacingly.
He sold them out so quick. He is telling like everything that he knows about Saul. He's whispering basically what Saul is saying to him. He's asking to, like, find out Dale's name. He folded so quick.
Yeah. And at the urging of the goons, as Saul and Red are talking, Red loudly arranges like, "Oh yeah, well why don't you meet me here so we can talk about what happened?" Because Saul's trying to find out, hey, did you give the Pineapple Express to anyone else? Some stuff happened. I gotta talk to you. And Red's like, "Oh, meet me at my house tomorrow at noon." And Saul agrees and hangs up.
And are we allowed to talk about how absolutely attractive Danny McBride is?
You already did.
Well, are we allowed to do it twice? No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
So anyway, Dale calls Angie because he's like, "Well, I can't go to dinner now. There's a drug lord after me." But Saul sees him on the phone and is basically like, "Oh, they might be tracking us. They're gonna triangulate it." So he's like, "Oh, we gotta smash the phone." So
Dale smashes his
yeah,
phone.
Dale's doing a great job. Saul is like, "You know what? I'm just gonna cut out all of the smashing and throw it at a tree because that'll be the most effective." But it passes the tree. And now
Yeah,
it's in the fucking forest, who knows where.
yeah, they try and look for it, but I guess in their high and delusional, they're now so high they're paranoid, and a lot of stuff's been happening,
Yeah.
make them paranoid. Saul thinks he hears a noise, and they both scream and take off running in the
Yes.
woods.
Dale trips and smashes his forehead into a rock. Saul hits a tree. So they basically both go to bed. It's probably a concussion sleep, but they both go to
Which
sleep listening to the radio.
yeah, they turn on the car to listen to the radio, which is important in the next scene because they wake up in the middle of the afternoon and now the car's
Yes.
dead.
And it is 4 p.m. That is how
Yeah,
late they slept. So we basically get them doing this like montage now to get to Red's house. They're walking through the woods, smoking pot. They try to get a caterpillar high.
yeah. They're gonna hitchhike to Red, but not before having a frolic in the woods, I
Yes. Yeah.
guess.
No, literally, they're playing leapfrog at one point.
It's so random.
Yeah. It's adorable. Just bros being bros.
Yeah. So they manage to hitchhike to Red successfully. When they get to Red's house, Saul apologizes for being late, but Red is clearly just messed up. His lips cut, his eyes are puffy, and despite the fact the thing on his face is clearly a cut, Saul mistakes it for herpes.
Yeah, he's like, "What's that? A cold sore?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Oh, I never had a cold sore, so I was crying." They tell us herpes is for life, which is like, oh yeah, an entertaining movie and sex ed. This is great.
Yeah, and as Saul and Red have like this very stupid conversations, Dale is trying to corral them to the point
Yeah, like why are we all
of
here?
right. And eventually Dale manages to get Saul to finally ask, "Hey, did you tell Ted or anyone that I had the Pineapple Express?" And Red, instead of lying, like goes halfway between uh-huh and uh-uh, he just goes, uh-uh.
Yeah.
Like very unclear, and Saul buys it, Dale
Yeah,
doesn't.
Dale's like, was that an uh-huh or an uh-uh?
Uh. So Red's like, "I'm gonna go call my wife. Don't listen to what I'm saying." So
Dale at this point is like, "Nah, this man's full of shit." So he goes
he
to get the phone from him, and Red freaks out and just like fucking yeets an ashtray at Dale's face. So then this like big fight breaks out, but not like a cool action movie fight. Like legitimately just you and your friends got high or you got drunk or you're just fucking around now and like shit's breaking. Like, this is what Nick probably envisions in his head when we leave our kids unsupervised. This is that kind of fight.
it is. It's a very dumb fight with dumb injuries. Like at one point, Red is punching Dale in the ass,
Yes.
which what's that gonna
But
do?
more
But event
importantly, Red is just getting the shit kicked. Like, his head is like going into a porcelain sink. He's fine.
yeah. Yeah, because eventually the numbers catch up to Red. It's 2 on
Yeah.
1, and Saul knocks him silly, and it seems like the fight's done. And then Dale grabs him from behind and puts his head through a wall.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
really
like
finish
Red
him off.
clearly was like dizzy and was like getting ready to go, and Dale just fucking had to go in for the kill.
Yeah,
But no,
It-
because Red's still alive.
yeah. Red's made of iron. They duct tape Red to a chair. Dale does. Saul can't figure out the duct tape.
Yeah, relatable.
Eventually, Red wakes up and kind of confesses that he sold the two of them up the river to Ted's goons. And then the goons show up, and Red's like, I'm so sorry. I've been a bad friend. Go out the back porch. I won't say anything.
2 seconds later,
Yeah, as soon as they're out the
they're
door.
out the door, he's like, it was them. It was them. They're on the back porch. If you run, you can catch them. Go, go, go.
Yeah, but Flofsky and Matheson try and chase down Saul and Dale, but they're too late. Saul and Dale get away on foot.
Not before
Some-
jumping into a dumpster like it's
Yes.
fucking Fortnite, and they're just gonna hide there.
Yeah, but to no avail. So they get Ted on the phone, and Ted over the phone interrogates Red. Red tells them everything he knows. Basically,
Yeah.
he gives Dale Denton's name. That's Dale and Saul. That they took off. That they came to his house and beat him up. Then that's all he knows.
And I'm so sorry, but like my friends will tell you, in any sort of like thing involving the law, this is probably me. Like I will feel like shit. I will help you escape, but if I'm questioned, like I will cry and I will spill the beans. So like I keep secrets, but I am scared of the law.
You
I have anxiety.
it's okay. It's okay.
And also in this scene, more importantly, we get that iconic I seen it meme.
Yeah, Red has no useful information. Ted's like, kill him. And Matheson shoots him in the
Is he
stomach, and they
Bane?
kill him, Batman. That was a really bad Bane impression. Anyway, Matheson shoots Red, and they go to leave, and Red complains about being shot in the stomach. He complains about this murder attempt. So what do? But Flofsky turns around and shoots him some more.
Yeah.
if he hadn't, said anything, maybe he would have gotten away with like one.
Yeah.
One
And
shot.
fun fact, this was supposed to be Danny McBride's only scene, but they decided to keep Red in for the rest of the movie. So he was
Yeah.
supposed to be just like a one scene character. He wasn't supposed to make it out of the house.
Well, all the better for the movie. Ted kind of recaps the situation to Carol, the lady cop. Can we stop and talk about how hot Carol is? No. Oh. Yeah. How you like it.
That's fine.
But as he explains the situation, we find that they're being wiretapped by the rival gang who actually sent a hitman to get Ted. We find out it's the Korean drug distributors.
They just refer to them as the Koreans. So just the Koreans.
So Dale and Saul flee on foot to Angie's house because Dale kind of pieces together, and he does it in the dumbest stoner way, but
the logic
again,
is
he's right. He's like, they know my name. They're going to find where I live. In my apartment, I have Angie's phone number and name written down. They're going to go after her.
Yeah.
So he goes to warn Angie, and he asks Saul to stay outside, keep watch. But as a reminder, he was supposed to be there tonight for dinner anyway.
Yeah.
And Dad's been complaining about the food getting cold.
Yeah, because he wants to
having to
fucking
wait.
eat, and they're trying to be polite and wait for Dale, and Dale's not there, so he can't eat yet.
Yeah. So Dale does show up, and they're very, he's bloody and covered in filth.
Yeah, Dad tells him, you're dirty and bleeding, and he's like, no, I'm not. I'm here for dinner.
Best response.
Yeah. Mom says in like this very Midwestern accent, like, you're high as a kite.
Yeah. And Dale, to his credit, because what's so frustrating in a lot of movies is intentional miscommunication.
Yeah.
Dale very much tries to avoid that because he's like, look, this happened. I saw a murder. Drug dealers are trying to kill me. They're going to come here and be after you. We have to leave right now.
But to be fair, like, if one of these kids brought home their, like, stoner boyfriend and he was like, I'm being chased. Well, after this movie, I might give him a little bit more validity. But, like,
Fair.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. So Dad is going to go get his gun, and basically he's threatening to shoot Dale because he just hates his guts. But Ted's goons show up. Saul runs inside to try and warn everyone. But because of what Dale just said, the family assumes Saul is trying to get them. So he gets stabbed with a fork and shot at.
Yes.
But then Ted's goons come in the front, so everyone, kind of skedaddles out into the garage to escape. And tell me what Matheson does.
He goes to the dining room table and he's like, the food's still warm. And you're thinking, like, oh, they're going to go chase him because they know they're still there because the food's still warm. He sticks his fucking hands in it, just
Right,
both
he
hands, just like sliding it into the food.
right.
Why?
Buries one hand in mashed potatoes, the other hand in I think like
Yeah,
corn,
why?
and just kind of plays with it.
Yeah.
Um so Dale tells Angie that they need to go to a hotel and use a fake name. And as they drive away, you just hear Angie's dad be like, Angie, you're an
No,
idiot.
he says you're a fucking idiot. I say that with love.
Yeah.
But
Um,
you forgot that the name that they're gonna use is Garagely because Dale looks and sees that they're in a garage. So he's
right.
like, "Oh yeah, use the last name Garagely." Like I fucking love it. So
Yeah.
Carol the cop is back on her bullshit. They pull up to this scene and she legitimately thinks that these are like criminal masterminds. Like she thinks
Right.
they're
Because Dale and
trained.
Saul, yeah, Dale and Saul have evaded them. They think that Dale is another assassin sent by the
Yeah.
Koreans. They did, in fact, triangulate the cell phones and found them smashed in the woods. So they're like, God, these guys are one step ahead of
Yeah.
us. Ted calls the Koreans to declare war and talks about Dale Denton. So now the Koreans know who he is.
Yeah.
And now these two factions are going to go to war. And while this is happening, what are our heroes doing? They're sitting in a tree having a juice box.
Yes. A well deserved.
Gotta hydrate. Dale's trying to plan ahead, like, look, we can get bus tickets, get out of town, and try and talk to cops in a different jurisdiction. And Saul is too busy being like, you're my best friend.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're not supposed to like dip your pen in company ink or something like that." I don't remember the exact expression, but he's like, "I'm totally glad I dipped in your ink, bro."
Yeah. And Dale doesn't say anything back. He's like, we need to leave.
Yeah, so they need to get money. They have drugs. They do not have money. So the solution is they're going to go sell their drugs to high schoolers because they will get money. After they successfully make the sale, Saul's like, "Okay, I'm going to go get us some snacks." So he leaves, and after he's gone, but not very long after, the school liaison officer shows up and she arrests Dale.
Right, because she saw the teenagers leave with the
And
weed.
the red eyes, yeah, and she
Yeah.
takes his ID, and she's like, "Big sexy." I was like, she gets it.
Yeah, she calls him big, sexy, and
Yeah.
glasses. And Dale now has a warrant out for hitting a cop cruiser and fleeing the
Yes.
scene. So she's like, oh, you're going down now.
Yeah.
So she calls in for backup. Who answers? Carol. So she puts him in the cruiser. They're driving away. Dale is explaining to the school officer everything that's happened and the craziness he's caught up in.
Yeah.
And miraculously she believes it because she has suspected something like this all along.
Like,
And you think it's going to be great, but it's not because Saul is coming to rescue Dale, and Saul's rescue plan is to jump in front of the police cruiser with his red slushy. He gets hit and the red slushy goes everywhere, so it looks like she just splattered.
yeah. You're giving Saul a little too much credit, though, I think. You're, like, making it sound like he planned this, like it was going to look like she murdered him.
No, he didn't have
Yeah,
a plan other
no.
than stepping in front of the
Yeah,
cruiser.
so then he's, like, sneaking around to the driver's side from the passenger side, and Dale sees this and is like, "No, no, no." So he gets in, he can't see out the windshield, he's, like, trying to drive. Carol's chasing them now, and, he gets the brilliant idea to kick out the windshield. However, his leg gets stuck instead. In that, he's driving away from Carol. They're kind of like having this high speed chase. And he's like, "Oh, I have an idea." And he slams on his brakes, thinking like he'll slam on his brakes, she'll speed past him. Like, oh, this is going to be brilliant. Instead,
She breaks too and starts shooting at him.
yeah.
And he ducks, so the shot goes through the windows and just hits some random dude in the shoulder. And she's like, sorry.
Yeah. So she ends up crashing, and Saul and Dale get away. And we have this like conversation with Dale and his girlfriend talking about how everyone goes through this after 3 months of dating. Like, hiding out from drug dealers is just that's what's gonna happen.
She dumps him, and this is all being done. He's at a payphone. He's having this big dramatic thing. We see next to him Saul's on a phone, like laughing with his grandma,
Yeah.
having a great time. So Dale gets dumped and is understandably upset, although he shouldn't be that upset because he shouldn't be dating an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And Saul's like, "All right, well let's get out of here." And Saul goes to light up a joint, and Dale's just like, "No, every time we get high, we're not functional.
Yeah.
Like we have screwed all of this up." And Saul's like, "I'm functioning right now." They get into a fight,
Yes.
and they fight about how nice they are, trying to like out nice each other.
Yeah, Dale's like, "You were cold and I clothed you," because he, like, let him borrow his jacket one time. So then they start fighting, and Saul's like, "Monkeys out of the bottle."
Because Dale said they're not really friends.
Yeah.
So Saul throws some money at him, tell him has a nice last meal, and adds a quarter, like supersize it
Yeah.
dick after this. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, they're going through it. Dale calls Angie crying, and he's like, "Oh, like, I love you." And she's like, "I love you too." And she's like, "I just kept saying, I just want to marry you." And he has this, like, shit.
The realization finally hits him that she's an immature 18-year-old, and it's like, I'm a disaster. Don't take me back. This is a mistake. He's like, "I'm gonna fix this, and then you'll never hear from me again."
Right.
Saul goes to the only other person he really has talked about in the movie, and that's his grandma, who he's on the phone with earlier. But we see that Ted's goons are at the retirement home with grandma trying to get information out of her.
Yes.
As Saul walks up, and actually I think high fives one of them because he's kind of forgotten what's going on, and they both take a minute to be like, "Oh wait." So they try and chase Saul, and Saul manages to grab a hot pot of coffee and blast Matheson in the side of the face
Yeah, he
with
gets
it.
him good.
Gets him real good, but they overpower him and take him away.
Right. And he ends up going to this, like, hideout shed area. Matheson gets into an argument with his partner because, like, his partner kind of doesn't care that he got hit in the face.
And he has some nasty
Yeah,
burns.
and he's like, "I might act tough, but I got feelings, and you hurt damn near every one of them." Oh my god, there are so many good quotable moments in this movie.
Yeah.
So he gets taken down to the bunker that we saw at the beginning, and
Yeah, and it's been converted into Ted's like weed farm.
yeah, like he's growing down there.
Yeah, his grow operation.
Yeah.
And Saul marvels at it before getting shoved into what I can only assume is like their hostage room. It's an empty
Yeah.
and we cut back to Dale because he has realized he's been a shit friend and he wants to make up with Saul. So he pieced together, well, he's probably with his grandma.
But he gets there too late.
Yeah, he gets there too late, and he overhears the old people telling police about what happened, this fight, how her grandson got taken,
Yes.
and he doesn't even talk to anyone when he's there. He listens and then just walks away.
Right.
So now his only option, I think he kind of figures his only play here, he goes back to Red's house.
Yes.
I don't know what for, because he doesn't know that Red got shot, or maybe he assumes, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But we find out Red lived.
Yes, Red is in the bathroom, bleeding out, eating. What is he eating?
Like buttered noodles.
Yeah. And kind of just waiting to die. And Dale's like, "You can just go to the hospital." He's like, "Nah." So they decide that they're gonna save Saul. Red shows Dale all of his guns, and he's like, "They messed with the wrong melon farmers." So we get this, like, really great montage between Dale driving with Red in the passenger seat, and then it flashes back to the guns, and then they're driving, and then back to the guns. Like, it's very well done. Until they get to the hideout, which Red sees, and he's like, "Oh shit." And he's like, "I'm out." He's, "Legends never die, I'll tell your story."
Yeah, Red chickens out, so Dale is going to attempt to get Saul back alone.
Yes.
So he manages to sneak up behind one guy and tries to take him hostage. But Vlovsky doesn't care and shoots the hostage, and they apprehend Dale in what has to be record time, strip him of all his weapons, and throw him in with Saul.
Yes.
It's the most anticlimactic and realistic rescue of all time, and I love it.
Yes. So now they're in the same room together and they're like making up and apologizing. And they say that they're BFFs, which best fucking friends forever. I remember when this movie first came out and that just fucking took off. So they basically start coming up with a plan to get free.
Yeah, they're gonna use Dale's belt buckle to break the restraints. Matheson comes in and is like, "Hey, these walls are thin. I hear every single word you're saying. It's not gonna work. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up." He leaves and they go right back to it and keep talking. I don't know how they just didn't. Anyway, so they're trying to break the restraints. It's about 2 minutes of very gay innuendo because it looks like they're rubbing on each other to
Yeah.
get out. Meanwhile, Ted has arrived. They're gonna move product, and like this is gonna be a big night for him. But we also see that the Korean gang has showed up in tactical gear. Like
They're here
this
to
is gonna
fuck
turn.
shit up.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fight.
They didn't come to talk.
No. So back with Saul and Dale, they've both managed to get free from their restraints and they're standing up with their arms behind their back,
Yes.
trying to pretend they're still tied up. And they're like this plan, like, okay, I cough once, I go first, but if I cough twice, you take the lead and we'll get this guy. And Matheson walks back in and says, I heard everything. What is wrong with you? And as he's saying this, Saul coughs and covers his mouth with a hand and then puts it behind his back like he's still restrained. It's so fucking funny. It's such a good little detail.
Yes.
Dale tries to be like, "Hey, look over there," and charge Matheson, and Matheson just fucking
Yeah,
shoots
because he
him.
heard everything they were planning to do.
Yeah. Saul and Matheson struggle. Saul manages to get the gun and shoot Matheson in the shoulder. Up after Matheson gets shot, we cut upstairs and the Korean gang attacks and a big firefight ensues.
What do they yell, dear?
Oh, I don't remember. What do they yell?
Prepare to suck the cock of revenge.
Yes.
But they do it in like a Korean accent, which is clearly not the way that the actors actually sound. But you have to know they're Korean, and that's the only way, damn it.
It's the only way.
I'm rolling my eyes for those of you who can't see.
Downstairs, we find out Dale only got grazed in the ear, took a chunk of his ear
Yeah,
off.
but don't worry, because those grow back.
But yeah, Dale and Saul take Matheson's guns and they go to escape. This is their chance, and they're going through the weed bushes, trees.
Plants.
Yes, they go through the weed plants. They actually managed to pick off a few of the like thugs.
Like they're kind of doing okay for themselves. They end up running out of bullets, but there's conveniently more guns just hanging on the wall.
Yeah. So they decide, well, we can't go right up the stairs. We'll get killed. Let's go through the air vent. Dale lifts Saul through the vent and is like, okay, now pull me up. And it doesn't work because
of course it does. Why would it?
Because of course it doesn't work. There's a lot of things wrong with the plan.
Yeah, but
so Saul leaves to get help.
but he's like, be taller, be stronger.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So Dale shoots one of the Korean guys and he's like, ew.
Yeah.
And then he gets up onto the second floor and he like fucking matrix jumps onto Ted.
Yes.
Like that's like the fucking coolest jump for like this movie. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he hits a freaking lucha dive onto Ted, and for the next 20 minutes while other stuff is happening, Ted and Dale are just brawling, and it's great.
Yeah.
Including at one point, Dale hits Ted with a purple nurple. But upstairs, Saul goes back into the barn to try and figure out a way to get Dale out of here.
Yeah.
And he sees Carol, and he thinks he's going to have his badass moment because he yells, fuck the police, and starts firing at her. But he is not meant for like the recoil on this gun and misses every shot.
Yeah, he shoots the ceiling. He shoots everything but Carol.
So they just start good old fisticuffs.
Yeah, and we get Bud Flosky, and all this man for like the last 20 minutes has been lamenting on is that he just wants to like get home on time for once and have dinner with his wife.
Yeah.
And his partner, Matheson, shoots him and he's like, dinner's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Because why? Because he didn't care about his fucking burn. He was feeling slighted.
So yeah, Carol's been knocked down with a board. Matheson looks at Saul and says, well, Mr. Folgers. has him dead to rights, but who comes back to save the day?
Red.
Red drives through the barn wall and runs Matheson over with his car and then gets out and shoots his foot off his corpse for some
For good
reason.
measure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nuts.
He makes this big speech about being a better friend, and Carol shoots him.
Because Carol's not dead yet.
No.
Downstairs, Ted's kind of on top of Dale punching him, but one of the Korean assassins, who we find out is the brother of the man who was killed at the beginning of the movie, throws a bomb
It
to just torch the whole
Yes,
place.
he yells, "You killed my brother, suck my balls 2 times."
Yeah.
Which I also remember being very quoted when this movie came out.
Yeah. So both Ted and Dale have an oh shit moment, but Dale manages to bitch slap Ted off of him and dive into a dumpster as the bomb goes off, and the bomb kills Ted. And upstairs, the bomb manages to also flip over Red's car on top of Carol, killing her.
Yes.
And in fact, like, everything goes up in flames. Literally, the only people that we can, like, Saul gets thrown back. The only person we know is alive right now is Dale as he gets out of the dumpster. And what does he do to Ted's corpse?
He serves him.
Right, that subpoena he was supposed to give him.
He did his job, damn it.
Yeah. So he manages to get upstairs. He sees Saul passed out in the burning barn, picks him up, runs out of the barn just in time for it to explode.
Mhm.
And after it explodes, Red crawls.
Yup, Red is still fucking kicking. He's
been
alive.
shot. He has been shot more times than 50 Cent.
Has 50
And
Cent been
he's
shot a lot? Is this like a
He's been shot 9 times.
shit?
That's like, I forget what that's from, but like, yeah, 50 Cent's been shot 9 times.
50 cents, you said. Anyway. So then they're at this diner, still fucking like dirty, bloodied up, bludgeoned, and they're just like basically reminiscing about how cool that was.
Yeah, they're kind of just laughing off the trauma.
Yeah. And they're like basically recapping everything that happened. So it's like, you get a nice little recap of the movie you just watched.
Yeah. Eventually, Saul's Bubby, his grandma, comes to pick them up, and Dale and Red are like, "Do you think she'll take us to the hospital? We need medical attention."
That they
So
do.
hopefully she does, because the last line of the movie is we hear Grandma say to them, "You all smell like shit," as the credits play.
Yes.
And that is Pineapple Express.
Woo! For again.
This is the second time we've recapped it, and according to the software, we're both still here.
Yay, we did it.
All right. So what's your rating, dear?
So I give this a 4.4 out of 5. And I know someone out there is probably thinking that's really high. But I think this is such a good fucking movie, especially for like the time. It has so many like quotable moments, and it's a huge nostalgia factor for me. Like even with everything with like James Franco, just like 2007, 2008 was such a good year for movies like this, and I think thinking back about it or thinking back on it, those are some of my favorite comedies as a teen. Like all of the movies that came out there, like especially anything that Judd Apatow had his hand in, like
Yeah.
that's fucking gold for me. And a lot of those movies, yes, they star Seth Rogen. That doesn't hurt. They star Danny McBride. That doesn't hurt. But I think there's something that makes such a great film when you have like the script and it's the bones of the movie, but it's not everything in the movie. You can tell that there's like a lot of improv. There's a lot of like actors working off of each other, just having fun and being funny. Like it's comedians getting to be comedians, and I fucking love it. So for me, 4.4.
That's a good rating. I give it like 3. I give this 3.75 out of 5. So like 75%. I really like it. I think the only thing kind of working against this movie is, like you said, a lot of similar movies came out in this time period. And I think this movie kind of gets lost in the shuffle of like Your Hot Tub Time Machine, Grandma's Boy, stuff like that. Because a lot of like the stoner comedy kind of boomed in this time period.
That's crazy that you just, like, mentioned 2 movies that I honestly was like, "Meh."
That you're met on?
Yeah, you're like, They got lost in the sauce," and I'm like, "Nah, this movie fucking blew those away." Like,
See, I agree. I like this one better. In fact, I'm gonna revise my rating to 4 out
no,
of
don't
5.
let me bully you, it's okay.
No,
3.75 is respectable.
no, 'cause I like this one better because it's so absurd.
Yeah,
It's not just like people doing something stupid and the comedy's from that. It's people doing something stupid with an absurdist drug war between 2 rivaling factions as the setting piece, and
yeah.
the only people who live are the idiots who got mixed up in it on accident.
Right, and this was your first time seeing this too, so, like, that was kind of exciting because I feel like you're the only person I know who's never seen this.
Yeah. So, and I as much as I dislike, I'm compared to Seth Rogen all the time, I really enjoy Seth Rogen's work and
Me
movies,
too.
and he's doing like a Muppet reboot show thing soon. And I'm super excited for that. So yeah, no, 4 out of 5. So we're both pretty high on this movie. So next time we're going to shift in the total opposite direction.
Literally, if you look at the Pineapple Express and the movie we're going to review next, where is there a fucking, like, chart? What is that thing called? Like, the circles?
Like, I was thinking like a metronome swinging the
I
opposite
mean,
direction, or
that
like a
too.
A
Yes, a Venn diagram.
diagram.
Is there anywhere that these movies would intersect? I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think the next movie is like a sports movie. It's The Other Bowling Girl. I'm kidding. It's The Other Bowling
I
Girl or whatever.
actually was like, "Wait, do you not know what this movie is about?"
I don't. I've never seen The Other Bowling Girl.
But
I know
you
it was an
know who
award-winning
they
drama.
are.
No, I don't.
This is gonna be a fun one. I'm stoked. Okay, you're about
Uh,
to be so fucking shocked when you watch this movie. I don't want you to look it up. I'm being so serious right now. Go into this blind.
Spare me the details.
Sorry.
The bowling pun. All right, that's it. Hopefully this one goes through.
We're not doing
and
this shit again. If you
No.
don't get it, you don't get it. It's the lost episode. They will find this in the archives decades from now. This will be what humanity is remembered by.
God. Well, all right. Well, join us next time, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.